Thank you guys for coming out to our special meeting. Today I called a special meeting to take care of some critical business. As you can see, I do not have a quorum. Two trustees have opted out of showing up to a special board meeting. We have very, very important things to take care of, and I'm gonna read it off the agenda. First, I want to give acknowledgement. The attorney is here, Tiffany Nelson.
Thank you, Tiffany Nelson.
And also Clerk Wells, and Trustee Alliant, and also Highway Commissioner. Everyone is present, so we are missing Trustee Carmen and Trustee Chris. It's both missing. First, I'm gonna read the message. Not over. I'm trying to stay on point today. Okay, as you guys know, you have seen us call 7 different meetings. 4 of them was regular scheduled board meetings, and 3 was special board meetings. Unfortunately, each time the Board of Trustees, the 2 individuals, Trustee Carmen and Trustee Chris, did not attend either board meeting. Caused us to not have a quorum, as you guys know how government works. We cannot move forward with business, we cannot pay bills, we cannot do a lot of things if the board members do not show up. I know they give you all this mixed emotions, this mixed information as it relates to we just do things. We do not move without board approval. When the board approves things, then things get taken care of, like the insurance. The insurance have been on the agenda several different times. Each time, no one has shown up but myself, the clerk, and Trustee Darlene. We're the only ones that have shown up along with the attorney to pay for the insurance. When they did not show up to pay for the insurance, it caused us to lapse in coverage. Therefore, no coverage for Thornton Township, for our buildings, for our vehicles, for anything. So to this day, we still have no coverage as relates to the buildings or our vehicles. So that means that services and our buildings will have to come to a halt. We cannot pick residents up. We cannot access our buildings due to the liability. If someone falls, if a car crash happens, car accident, we cannot accept that risk. So therefore, that's why you see 333 building is closed down. We will now have to move forward with closure of our other buildings, and I did not want to go in this new year like this, and this is why we call it a special meeting, to take care of the much needed business before you. I have tried with all my heart to keep the services going here at Thornton Township. All the special meetings that were called were to handle critical issues, such as insurance, budgets, and also the tax levy. Yet, 2 trustees have opted out to showing up to any meetings that we have called under our township. But when they called a meeting, and they called a special meeting last Friday, and they held it at Dog Park, and y'all know, no way that I would want to go to Dog Park. But what did I do as your leader? I still showed up, and I still took care of the business before me. Because my job is to do my job. Not care about the fighting, not care about who like who. My job is to show up and take care of the people's business, which we did. When we call meetings, people don't show up. And as you know, just explain a little further for those that don't understand what's going on before you. Our board is gridlock. Lately, there have been 2 to 2. Myself, the Trustee Tiffany against Trustee Chris and Trustee Carmen. So if it's gridlock, we cannot move anything. That means bills, pay any type of insurance. We can't do the things that's needed to stay above the ground. Today's meeting was called to handle insurance, the budget, and the tax levy, which is supposed to be filed by December 31st, those that follow government. Every government entity, whether you're the library, park, school, or a village or a city, has a deadline of December 31st to pass your tax levy. That is the taxes that's levied for people to operate in the following year. I will not continue to play these games with the legislative branch, and I will not allow them to overstep their duties as trustees to run the day-to-day operations. As you can see, which is not getting ran due to the fact of them not showing up to board meetings. At this point, this is where we come to an end. Tomorrow, we will have to make the hard decisions of shutting down all of our other buildings. We will have to make the hard decision of not picking up residents as it relates to them going to the doctor, to the grocery store, or anywhere else that they choose to go. I am asking for everyone to pray for my township, to pray for everyone to unharden their hearts, and to pray that this too shall pass, and when it passes, it's for the benefit of the people. We are here to handle the following. I'm going to read to you this agenda. Today we had approval of bills, the general fund, general assistance fund, and the road and bridge fund. Also on the agenda is to approve 100% property tax refund to all homeowners in Thornton Township. So let me explain to you how that works. If Thornton Township took or allocated a portion of your funds for taxes, we are refunding you back that portion. So if we took $50, you get $50. If we took $200, you get $200. Just so we can clear up the misinformation that's out there about the 100% tax property refund. Next, our staff. Our staff are used to getting bonuses under the Frank Zuccarelli administration, and we want to give them a bonus as well. And especially for the holiday, the inflated prices for food and just cost of living, we would like to give them a bonus for this holiday, which normally they would get every single year. Unfortunately, the Board of Trustees, the two individuals, have not shown up to do so. Third on the agenda, a forensic audit, which was voted on and approved by myself, Trustee Carmen, Trustee Chris. We all approved to do this forensic audit, yet every single time it goes on the agenda, they do not show up to vote to move forward to initiate the forensic audit. So that shows you someone's hiding something. So if they say they wanted transparency, why aren't we moving forward to do the forensic audit? Also, IT department and senior services. Those two departments alone needs their own credit card, which they had prior to the Board of Trustees making ordinances to stop movement of services, such as, say for instance, we have our internet bill or anything like that that's everyday usage. They need it to go on a credit card so it's revolving, so that it does not stop. We have had times where we went without, we in the township, computers went down because we did not pay our bills, due to the fact of no one showing up to a board meeting to vote to pay bills. Where we can just fix that situation by having a credit card and them putting on their credit card, which IT had in the past, and that bill will get paid every single month. Same with senior services. I know you guys heard me speak to this. One time, the senior service department asked for us to buy ice cream for them. They didn't even vote to buy ice cream for the seniors. It was having an ice cream social. But these are little issues that we're having, which is big to the residents, but it's minute to us because normally that still just operates. It's $300-400. Of course, we all put money together and make sure they had ice cream for that ice cream social, but we should not have to do these things when we have budgets with all surpluses, and every account has a surplus in it, especially our GA department. We have a surplus of over $4 million in it. Every department has millions in it, and I'm saddened because no one wants us to be able to utilize those funds to give back to the residents, let alone run our day-to-day operation. Next on the agenda was to adopt the 2024-2025 budget and appropriation ordinance for Thornton Township for the general fund and the general assistance fund. As you know, you should pass a budget every single year, no matter what body of government you are. We have not passed our budget for this year. We are now going into the next budget cycle for 2025, which is 2026. And we have not passed this budget. And that's sad, because that's not how you operate government, and that's not how you run a business. Government is a business, whether you want to accept it or not. But we are not handling our business because we're not going to board meetings to approve the things that's needed to run the day-to-day operation. Also, we had on there the tax levy today, which is to pass it before the 31st, which is tomorrow, guys. So if we do not pass our budget and our tax levy, how do we move forward as a township? Last but not least, the most important thing that we needed to pass today is our insurance. As you can see, it took a minute for us to get someone else to take us on as it relates to insurance coverage, and we have that on the agenda this evening to be voting on. We had this on there about a month, 2 months ago to approve the insurance, which was nothing but renewal, and they would not come to a board meeting to renew the insurance when we didn't have to go searching for a new carrier. Once they did come, we put it on there again. They gave us an extension saying that they allow us to extend into a certain date. They still didn't show up. And when they didn't show up, that carrier said they no longer want to play this game, and they opted out of giving Thornton Township insurance. Therefore, we had to look for a new carrier. Finally, we found a new carrier, and that's what you see before you. The meeting that they called, we didn't have a carrier, which was that last Friday. We have a new carrier now, today, Monday. So we have the opportunity to fix what they have broken, which is come here and vote for the much-needed insurance to keep the township operating. And that goes for, once again, to keep our buildings open, to also allow us to pick up our seniors, to take them where they need to go. We cannot move forward due to the fact of the Board of Trustees playing these games and not showing up to board meetings to handle the business. If they call a meeting, I show up. If I call a meeting, why aren't you here? Why aren't you taking care of the people's business? I need the residents to pay attention to what's before them, and I need you to pay attention to facts and not get involved in all the fiction, the false stories that's out here in the world as it relates to clickbait. I need us to come together and demand that the Board of Trustees show up to board meetings. I am now today calling for the resignation of Carmen Carlisle and also Chris Gonzalez. They should resign from office because clearly you do not want to do this job. Clearly you do not care about the residents of Thornton Township, let alone the seniors or the youth. Clearly you do not want to see us proceed with a good year for 2025. So I'm asking for you to step down. You can send me a memo, you can email it to me, you can send it to any one of my staff members, and we would gladly accept your resignation immediately. Residents, please hold on a little longer. I know it's been tough. It is the election coming up. I know you guys have seen all the mess and scrutiny going on with that as well, but that too shall pass. I will speak now to the caucus. Today we did have court for the caucus. You guys know I am suing Napoleon Harris and also DOT's organization for that illegal, unconstitutional meeting that they held on December 3rd that was improper and that was voter suppression at its highest level. I don't commend that, I would not accept that, and I don't wish that on anybody. And I need the residents to stand up and have a voice as it relates to you being the voiceless on December 3rd. It's a shame that people had you out in the cold, in the media, all y'all was out there, and it's a shame that you, media, that's why I call you fake news, did not showcase the residents out in the cold, on walkers, in wheelchairs, with oxygen tanks, could not get in, saying let us in, let us vote. You guys did not showcase that, but yet you showcased what was inside the building. But what I will tell you, residents, is they didn't show you the people going and entering through the back door, through the side door. They didn't show you the people that was not a Thornton Township resident. They didn't show you any of these things, though. But I can name everybody else in that building that did not live in Thornton Township, but was allowed to come in the building and partake in an illegal caucus, which was ran by a dictator, Napoleon Harris, who do not live in Thornton Township. And I say that not going to constantly tell you, he does not live in Thornton Township. And yes, I am the only one that has the strength and the guts to sue individuals when they do wrong to our township and to our government. It's a shame that people are sitting back and allowing these things to take place. So I stand for the people, and I will continue to rise up despite what people say about me in the media or in blogs, which is not true. I am showing you truth. You can follow me, whether it's on Facebook. I do put a lot of correspondence out to residents so that you can follow what's going on in your community. I just hate the fact that People are allowing this to happen and not doing nothing about it. I wish the people would take a stand and not allow people to take over your government, which they're trying to run this dictatorship, and we're going to ask the judge to overturn it, which I feel they will. But until that happens, I just want you to know we had court today, and we will be in Chancery Court. When the next court date is announced, I will let the residents know, and you can come down with me. You can come down with me to court, or you can always sign in onto Zoom. That's the way that you can see what's going on in Thornton Township as it relates to the courts and our next steps. But thank you to all of those that signed affidavit. I appreciate that because you wanted your voice to be heard. You didn't like what had happened that night, and you wanted to be overturned. So I thank you, and I'm asking you to come out as well, which a lot of y'all keep calling, asking me what's going on and what's happening. I was hoping today we got news to say, hey, the judge stated this, but right now we have to go to Chancery Court, and once that date is set, we will let the residents know so you can partake in the movement of the illegal caucus that happened on December 3rd. Today, I'm going to allow the residents to speak. I do want to hear from you. I know it's not a board meeting, but I always come to a meeting just to hear the residents and also take care of the business. I will never mute you. I will never hold you out in the cold, and that's the part that y'all should understand. That individual is your committeeman. That individual is your senator. So he still neglected the residents and had you standing outside despite who you was voting for. I know I came 500 strong with residents, with cars and buses, and you was out there. I get it, but you should allow the people to see the truth of what it is. Because if you thought you was going to win, you would have let the people in, and you did not do that. So shame on you, Napoleon. Next, I want you guys to know I love y'all, and there's nothing you can ever do about it. I love the good, the hateful, and even the naysayers. I'ma always take care of you. I'ma always be your super mayor. I'ma always come prepared and ready to take care of the business, despite people's opinion of what's going on around you. I want you guys to stay prayed up this season. Go into a season with love. Lead with love. I always say this. And don't let people harden your hearts. Get the facts for yourself. Seek the truth. And news, please, do your research. Stop just reporting things because somebody get on the news that don't live in our township, don't live in our village, and you guys allow them to say negative things about our city or our township, and they are not part of neither one. Like, that's not right. I don't like that you guys are constantly putting us in a negative light, despite all the facts that we showed you and give you. Just like with the insurance, we showed you guys, the trustees, neglecting their duty to come and vote for the insurance. We showed you that, and you still didn't show the people that they are the ones that stopped the insurance at Thornton Township. So shame on you, news. Hopefully it'll be a better year. Also, we had an event about an hour 30 minutes ago, from 12 to 3. It was our seniors' New Year's party. I haven't seen not one of these cameras there. It's amazing that you guys come here for the mess or the drama or the show, but you won't come and showcase the good that we do and hear from other residents that really, really appreciate what I do for the township, let alone what the clerk and the trustee, Darlene Gray Everett does for the township. But you don't come and showcase them people. And I've noticed too, some people give you interviews and you don't even put the good stuff that they say on the news. But yet you put anybody that's a hater or don't like whatever they see or whatever someone told them, you put them on the news and they don't live here. So please, this year, please do your research and stop just reporting anything, because I know you need us for views and clicks. I get it. I know we make money for you because that's the only reason why every station's here. Other than that, I don't see you in nobody else's town reporting whatever they're saying about their mayor or their trustees or their alderman, but you've always followed Tiffany in you. So please thank me for using my name as well. I really want to about that. But with that being said, I'm going to allow people to get up, and you have 3 minutes. You're going to address this body. Of course, we're going to allow you to put your 3 minutes on record. I will try to up for those that have something to say, and hopefully the news hear you and allow you to be heard at a national level and not just the negativity. So if anybody would like to address this body, you have 3 minutes. You can go to the podium and say whatever you like.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Residents, supervisor on the board. What we see tonight is the incapacitation of this government. You have two trustees that are refusing to come to a meeting to handle business. And let's just dispel the lie that it's about an appointment. An appointment I do not see listed on this agenda. However, an appointment cannot take place, if I read the statute correctly, until this board accepts the resignation of Jerry Jones. And I believe I missed maybe one township meeting so far, and I've yet to see that on the agenda. So for the news media to put that out, that this is the reason why the trustees are not coming, because they don't want to vote on an appointment, that is false. There's no appointment on this agenda. But what we do have on this agenda is a tax levy. I'm gonna tell you, tax levy is very important to pass. As a former elected official from the village of Dixmoor, we failed to pass our tax levy. And that hurt us for an entire year. That's going to incapacitate this township. Because that means when we pay our tax bills, they're gonna withhold the funds for the township. So I'm gonna wonder how our seniors are gonna be taken care of. How are our young people gonna have after-school programs? You're now affecting an entire township. This is no longer about Supervisor Henry. This is about each and every resident that lives in this township that is entitled to the services that they pay taxes for. So I agree, those trustees are to resign. They should resign because they don't have the best interest of the community at hand. The other thing is the insurance. I was at the meeting over at the Dalton Park District. And they vowed that, oh, if we get an insurance, we're gonna come to the meeting. They have yet to show up. That is a very important aspect of any municipal government. If someone walks, trips, falls, that's a liability. It's a lawsuit. And then you might have ones that have staged that to happen. We gotta come together and take care of the business of this township. This is ridiculous. We are the laughing stock in the South suburban area. When you go in the grocery stores, you hear them talking about our township. When you go to your social events, you hear them talking about our township. It's embarrassing. You're not hurting Tiffany Inyard. You're hurting each and every resident of this township by not showing up to do your fiduciary responsibilities. You were appointed or elected to do your job. Do your job. If you don't want to do your job, step aside. There are other residents that would love to sit in those seats and do the job that is put to them by the statute. You got to take care of our people.
All right. Is there anybody else that would like to address the body?
I'd like to take that.
All right, come on up.
Okay, my name is Shannon Tomlin, I'm from Ranch. I didn't get an agenda today, but this is my concern, I'm gonna talk to the attorney. If we have, the trustees not coming to vote on the critical issue, what do you all do? What's the next step? Can you all override them? What's the next step? Because they missed 3, 4, 7 meetings. It seems like something should be done by now to override them. Cause I know I'm sure other, towns had this issue before. So what do? You just sit here and wait and just hope they'll show up?
I'm sorry, are you asking what do
Yeah, I mean, your question, what do you as attorney, what's your advice?
I can't disclose what advice I give my counsel.
Well,
That would waive attorney-client privilege, I cannot disclose that. I can't
Well-
disclose any advice that I give to my clients that waives attorney-client privilege.
Okay,
and I
who's
cannot
your
disclose.
client? I'm sorry. Are we your client? My question is her hands are tied as supervisor because the trustees not coming. Then that means services to us is not being done. So my question is, you said attorney accountability, what about to us? So I'm saying, what do we do, or what do you all do to override this situation? Do we keep letting it go on, now we're going to 2025, is the same problem?
Ma'am, I only give advice As an attorney, I don't dictate policy, I don't dictate
So what advice
procedures.
would you give?
I cannot tell you the.
Okay,
advice that
Tiffany,
is-
what advice did you give for us to move forward, these trustees not being here for 6, 7 meetings? What advice that you gave where we can move forward to get this insurance taken care of and get these services back in place? What advice that you gave? I need to know. Cause it's affecting all of us back here behind me. What advice have you given? What can we do about it?
She said that I can't answer.
Okay. Okay.
I totally agree with you, and that's where I'm at, all right.
All I can say is what the township code actually says. The township code says if a board member misses 5 regular board meetings, it does specify regular board meetings, then there is a process for them to potentially be removed, and there is a process that is within the township code. So I can tell you to consult the township code. I cannot tell you what advice that I have given the client that would waive attorney-client privilege. I am not the holder of the privilege. I cannot waive the privilege.
Okay, and you couldn't answer my question either. Okay.
Yes.
So we gotta look at the code. I gotta look at the code. Well, do y'all have a code there,
Yeah,
you
so
got to look at it?
No, that's what she's saying. The code says that if they miss 5 regular scheduled board meetings, that they can be removed from
What happened here,
office.
they missed?
They missed 7.
They
but
missed
it's-
7 already.
It's 3 is, special, and then the regular is 4.
So there's one more.
So there's one more meeting to miss, and I told her, that's what I was telling you, which is, I said that's a load of crap. I think that people, once they miss 7 meetings, you abandon your job. That's like you being in charge, and you have a board, and they don't show up 7 different times.
Right.
Try to fix the situation, they should get fired, you would not have a job. It's no call, no show at that point.
So we wait for the next meeting to be called.
I'm not waiting for the next meeting, I will be in court, that's a guarantee.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, come on up, anybody else?
Good evening, everybody. First I want to point out that this meeting was called as a special board meeting, so the trustees should not be penalized for missing this meeting. This is not a regularly scheduled board meeting. Tiffany, you're still calling Carmen Carlisle out of her name. It's no wonder that she doesn't show up. I mean, that's very unprofessional and it's hostile. You talk about the insurance, you just said in Friday's meeting that they didn't have an insurance quote, but you have one now. So if that was the case, all those meetings that they missed that you're saying the insurance was ready, it wasn't, because you just said they didn't have a quote even as recent as Friday. They just had one today, or just had one as of today, so that's a contradiction. Attorney, I would like to know why you still show up, and this is just an honest question, when you know that there's not a meeting, why are we still paying attorneys to act in their capacity at a meeting that's not a regularly scheduled board meeting? Do you also show up at special board meetings? I mean, is that the answer?
I show up when my client asks me to be here.
Okay, I'm just wondering because it just seems like a misuse of funds if there's no meeting and essentially no reason for you to be here, but thank you for answering. Also, Tiffany, you talk about insurance. You know, there were still cars spotted on Christmas Eve, Thornton Township buses in Hammond, or I'm not sure if it was Hammond, but it was definitely Indiana. So can you explain why the township buses were still operating on Christmas Eve with no insurance out of state?
You're not a township resident. So
Thank you for saying that. I actually am. So be careful what you say, Tiffany, because you're inciting violence. You're making it unsafe for me. I am a Thornton Township resident, and I have every right to come up here and speak about things that directly affect my tax dollars. I don't understand why you're so upset that we're wanting to have a voice with regard to how our money is spent. What do you expect us to just look the other way while you go on a spending spree with our tax dollars? Not to mention, you talk about the caucus, you're in here electioneering. This is not a meeting. You should not be speaking about any strategies or anything that happened at the caucus. That is electioneering and that is illegal. Illegal. Okay? I do live in the township, but I'm not gonna keep responding to you. Why are you ghost payrolling? Why are you getting paid for the township, but you're always at the village of Dalton? Answer that, William Moore. Why are you always at the Village of Dalton, but you're paid by Thornton Township as a full-time employee? That is ghost payroll. Can anyone answer that? Yeah, please answer that for me. Why you're always at the Village of Dalton and you're being paid by Thornton Township?
This is about the township, ma'am.
I'm asking you, why aren't you here when you're being paid by the township? You're always at the Village of Dalton volunteering. How is that possible?
I'll answer that.
All right, your
How
time
is
is
that
up.
possible?
Your time is up. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
yeah, thank you.
All right, another, resident that don't live in Thornton Township. And also it relates to insurance. I need to clear this up with insurance. As we stated, when we went to that special meeting, we told you, once we get the quote for the insurance, we will call a special meeting. It's on the record. And we called a special meeting once they gave us the quote saying, hey, we are going to insure you. We've been working on this and we finally get it. And today is the day to vote for the the insurance. So that's what it is, just so you know, in Township Talk, for those that want to know what we do with government, every single one of my department heads are present at Township Talk, and they talk about everything they do in their department, from senior service to transportation to IT, everybody's there. So if you want to know the information, all you have to do is show up, but again, you have to read. If you read the information, you know what's going on in Thornton Township. All right, go ahead, you have the floor.
Is this for me?
Yes.
Supervisor and everyone at the desk. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here and allowing us an opportunity. I want to just say thank you, for being in Thornton Township, for having the activities and functions that I've been able to attend for a senior. I am a senior. I did enjoy the senior activity today. I have witnessed individuals who needed help, literally being appreciative of the general assistance program and the various activities that Thornton Township has offered, throughout the time until we've gotten to this point. I would hope that we would be more respectful of those types of functions and community events that has allowed us to enjoy each other regardless of our city or village or town, wherever we live. So I just want to say thank you to all of you, for having such great activities, great events, looking out for seniors, looking out for the children, the after-school programs, the counseling, the computer lab. There's some people who've lived out here in Thornton Township, but that's never aware that Thornton would actually provide them with some type of assistance if they needed it. And it's just really great that it's for everybody. It doesn't matter in which one of the 17 villages you live in, that it's open up for everyone. So thank you, and I think I've done something to the smile. It's okay. Happy New Year, everybody.
All right, thank you.
Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year. My name is Kay Fox, 1X. Attorney, I'm glad you're here for support of our mayor. And, Jim, you all back, I'm nervous, number one, but I'm just happy to be here. And I think everybody should start supporting what we got and come together. And if you don't like what's going on, that's the procedure of voting.
Yes.
And if you come to the meetings, whether you say nay or yay, but you still show up. Because you'll know it's just like the same thing as you not being here, but you're here. So while everybody, well, I'm not gonna say everybody, but while several people are targeting our mayor, they targeting our whole system. They broke our system because they was targeting one person. They got a system for voting. Like I said, you vote your presidents, your elected officials, your senators, your governors, your mayor. If you don't like it, go with the system and stop breaking what we got. Because this is a change for me. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life. and I'm 67, and I'm a senior, and soon to be 68. Never, never, never have I seen anything like this, and I lived out in this residence, Dalton, Calumet City, Riverdale, for the last 45 years. Never in my days of living out here have I seen the corruption, the backstabbing, the mudslinging, hurting the citizens, hurting the residents, tearing the senior citizens down, messing with our kids. Our youth are being neglected because y'all targeting. Stop targeting the people. People stop. You know, that's what they want us to do. They hear about Dalton in China. They all over the world, you know, because they, one person that made Dalton this famous. She must be doing something right. I ain't never seen you like this.
Hello, my name is Linda Wilkerson, and I am a resident of South Holland. I came here to get information for myself and see for myself. Yes, I do watch the news, but I know that the news can be fake as well. So I wanted to hear it for myself. I was sorry to hear you all attacked like I saw on the news. I'm sorry to see you attacked too. But one thing I know, I retired from the Postal Service as a manager. And no matter who calls the meeting, if your subordinate, if that person ahead calls a meeting, I don't care what kind of meeting it is, you go. You don't say, you don't have the option to say, oh, I'm just not going. And if you're representing other people, you definitely go. I wasn't just manager over one section, I was manager over a number of sections. So I had to be that person to know a little bit about other things too, but not be attacked like you all are attacked. I'm really sorry for that. But we need them to come. I am 102% for them getting fired, because that's what you would do in private sector. You would be fired if you do not show up. Whether I like it or not, I must show up.
Good afternoon. I am a resident of Harvey, so therefore I'm a resident of Thornton Township. And I would just like to say I really appreciate the open atmosphere that you're offering for the residents and the rest of the inhabitants of Thornton Township to be able to voice their opinions. As a resident of Harvey, we're not able to do this. I don't know if you know or have been watching any of the videos that the city of Harvey puts out during their city council meetings, but Mayor Christopher Clark routinely violates our freedom of speech. We're not able to make any sound or clap or anything from our seats without being charged with disorderly conduct and disrupting of a meeting. We're not able to, we're also intimidated. He uses the police force to intimidate us. He uses the police as weapons to keep us under control and under subjection to the way he runs the meetings. And it's really very, very unconstitutional, and it's very unfair, because we are the residents and we have a voice, and just as the lady said before, that we have things to say about how our tax dollars are being spent, how our city is being run, and things to that nature. But yet, just recently at the last city council meeting, I was cited for disorderly conduct, and escorted out by police. And we have, usually during a city council meeting, there are more police in this room than there are in this building right now. And it's a ploy for intimidation, it's a ploy for suppression and oppression of our voices as residents. And so I just want to thank you for allowing, even though every comment might not be what you want to hear or might not be favorable to you or the way you're running, at least you give the residents their voice. And so I thank you for that.
Yes.
I just wanted to add to that. So my name is Ryan. I'm resident of Harvey. I do the Harvey Historical Society as well. I have no Harvey spirit shirt on today. But no, I wanted to echo that. Glennis is literally the nicest lady ever. By the way, that she just spoke. She got a $500 fine because Clark didn't like, I don't know, something. So it's just crazy. Personally, I'm not here to be a fan of Tiffany or Napoleon or Chris or anybody. I just want to see the truth. I want to see the right thing done. And I do want to say though, I mean, this is amazing because Glennis is right. There's usually about 10 to 15 heavily armed police for all of our city council meetings. There was no, they don't even have the metal detector up. They had the metal detector, they wand you, they stare you down, they stand behind you when you're giving comments. So I guess I have a problem with everybody, like the media, for instance. Like why, I understand the frustrations that people have with you, Ms. Henyard, and the disagreements, but you know, you get so much coverage. It seems like a personality thing because like I was talking to some people today and I'm like, well, are they gonna have money to pay the bills for the township? I don't care if you hate Ms. Henyard. Or if you, like I said, I don't particularly love any of the candidates unless they're maybe independents running for township, okay? I'm not really a fan of any of them. I'm definitely not a fan of our mayor, Chris Clark. But we need to make sure that things are running. So then I heard people online today saying, don't boycott the meeting, don't come to the meeting. Well, how are we gonna pay the township bills? So, but I just have to say, every meeting I've been to with Ms. Henyard, even though, sure, there are a lot of things we would disagree on, but I have to say, she is 10 times fairer and less of a dictator than Mayor Clark. And really shame on the media and for giving Tiffany all this attention. And meanwhile, I was arrested in this very room for videoing, just like you saw me. My alderwoman is right here, Colby. She was arrested twice, false arrests, because she dared to ask how Clark is spending money. So this man wants to run to take her job. So I'm just letting you all know that in case you didn't know. So Christopher Clark is a tyrant, he's horrible. Why does Tiffany, even with all of her problems, why does she get all that attention? And we have unsolved murders here in Harvey. We have police follow us around for just asking questions about how our money's spent. Like, what? I'm not downplaying any of the bad things that maybe Ms. Henyard has done or has been accused of doing, but something's not right. We need to just get the right things happening. So I don't care about personalities. I just want people to get done with it. And something that bothered me with the lawyer too, I don't know the legalities, but it did bother me when people were asking you questions and then they said, but okay, why can't you say anything? Oh, I can't, something about my client. But I agree with the first lady where she said, wait, aren't we here for it? Because I find for all the boards, whether it's Harvey, Township, Dalton, pretty much everywhere, it's almost like this scheme, the scam, where the lawyers, they act as the personal defense attorneys for the politicians. So I just have to say, I do believe that we are your client ultimately.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for not arresting us. Thank you for letting us have our say.
Good evening, everyone. My name is William. I am a South Holland resident.
Okay.
And to our mayor, to our supervisor, and to our board, and to our residents, all's not lost. So to the young lady who says she lives here, there's going to be an election come up. If she lives here, she has to voice her opinion. I know she doesn't live here.
I do live here.
Okay,
and I will
no
voice my
argument.
opinion.
When we go to the polls,
Yeah.
while the young man and this young lady who's been videoing all this time, getting clicks, there's real people's lives being affected here. We do over 50 events for seniors, for youth, for single moms, single dads, handicapped, all inclusive. Every event that we've held in Thornton Township, we've never had any events, never an arrest, never anyone out of order. So you as a resident, you're saying this is what we want. What's fair is this. Go to the polls and make certain that your voice is heard. And what's fair is that if these are the services that you deserve, Go to the polls. Don't let them get the clicks. The clicks is what they are. But I refuse to be a township resident and allow people like this to come into our town and play nickel-dime games with my real life. I refuse to do that.
That's right.
So what's important is that we went to the caucus. Now if you want to be disruptive. Give me 3 minutes, ma'am. Give me my 3 minutes. We went to a caucus, and we went to the caucus, and what's more important is that our rights were violated. This is 2024, okay? So why is it that in 2024, we have someone suppressing our votes? Of civil rights. That's what's more important. But we must come out. If you sign an affidavit, if you have not, make certain that you put a person that's in office who's going to represent you.
That's right.
Not someone who's going all this clickbait, act like they want to do the work. Because you have real issues at your home like I do. And I need a person who is willing to come and to serve in the capacity which our supervisor has. They cannot beat her, so they're trying to cheat her. When all's not lost, go to the polls and make certain that your voice is being heard, because that's what I would do. That's what, for me in my house, we will serve the Lord. So I appreciate you. I love you. All's not done. And for all those naysayers who think that she's going to be out of office, let me be the first to say to every news media, she will win her seat. Take that to the bank. Because the guy before you, he's more than the whole world against you. Okay, so we will stand and see the salvation of the Lord on our enemies. That means people that's against us. Thank you so much, sir. God bless.
Is there anybody else?
You know what? I know my feelings was up, but I'm gonna take somebody else's feelings.
Okay, we include you.
When somebody is talking, when somebody is talking, just give them respect.
Yeah.
Not over talking them.
I agree.
We have to be respectful to everybody. You might not agree with everybody, what they're saying, but be respectful. Now, when this man was talking, he was talking.
Because
But
lying
when
on
you
me,
was
I'm not gonna allow
talking,
that.
when you
I'm
was
not gonna allow
talking, we
that.
gave you the same respect.
I'm not gonna do that. Shout it out.
And you doing it again, now stop. She has the floor, let her talk.
I'm saying,
I don't care.
well, what I'm saying,
That's too bad.
give everybody the respect that you want us to give you.
Public comment is 3 minutes.
Well, I'm
Don't
sorry.
be up there again, you say no.
Okay, all right. All right.
I just want to question ask. If you all want to take this down the street, you take down the street. But what I'm saying is, be respectful. When somebody's talking, be respectful. Let them say what they have to say. It's okay to disagree with somebody, but it's the way you disagree. That's all I'm saying. I might not like what he said, I might not like what you said, but I don't give you the right to say it.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying, give you the right to say your piece.
Okay.
Like you all gave me my right to say mine, whether you agree or not.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying, I'm just here to ask.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
So look,
thank you.
that's
So
it.
now,
I said, I already said, that's
You
it.
did the same thing.
That is
So I'm just
it.
gonna say,
I
I am a
am
third township resident,
resident,
and I appreciate people saying
This is
that
the problem. Now,
I am
see why
a
we
township resident.
in the building to
Speak together, so I'm just saying what I said. And I know I'm out of order because I'm speaking to me.
You're out of order. Thank you, thank you. That's the problem. Now, I get, this is why people have, this is why people be at mics, because you got people always out of order. So anyway, I'm gonna conclude with this. I gave everybody the right and the respect to be heard, because it's no meeting. I don't have to sit here and listen to it, right? So I respect, because I care about residents, I sat here and listened to whatever anybody wanted to say, despite not having a quorum, despite not being able to have insurance. What you need to put in them live and on them cameras is that these trustees did not show up. Trustees did not show up. If you take care of the residents of Thornton Township, that's facts. You get all the noise and the mess, that's distraction. The truth is, we have insurance now. We've been fighting for insurance since they didn't show up to the previous meeting to handle the business. And now that we have insurance, no one showed up to vote to take care of the business. It's like, come on. We have to do better, guys, and we have to hold people accountable that's not handling the business for you. Now today, I have to make the decisions of shutting down things. That's what I said to everybody, if anybody wasn't listening. Why have people distracting you with noise? That's harsh. It's people that really, really depend on Thornton Township services, especially those buses. Y'all have no idea how many residents we take to the doctor. How many people are on chemo? You wanna talk, Ms. Linda? Ms. Linda is a manager over at, Transportation, Thornton Township Transportation. Tell them about what's going on.
Yes, my name is Linda Terrell, and I work for the Transportation Department, and I gotta tell you, our people are hurting. We have seniors that can't get to the store. We have seniors who can't get to the store by themselves. There are walkers, wheelchairs, and everything else. We have dialysis patients. They count on our service. They can't make it to dialysis, and they're wondering why. We're in the twilight hour, and we're telling them that we don't have transportation, that we can't book their transportation. We need their transportation back in place like yesterday. Because it's been 2 days. I've been talking to them, and they told me, I can't book a trip for you, ma'am, as of now, until further notice. And that's not good. It's like, I have to eat. How am I gonna get my food? You know, I've been without food 3 days. Why didn't they tell me this last week? You know, this is a serious thing. You know, it's, you know, not coming to a board member. This is very serious for some seniors. It's not like, oh, they can skip town. You know what you're causing? You know, you have people that potentially can be laid off from work. The bus drivers. What are we gonna tell them?
The employees.
What are you gonna tell me? I'm going, if there's no passengers, I go home. There's no passengers, the bus drivers, what are they gonna do? And those poor seniors, they've been calling, they're like, this can't happen. What do you mean? You can't take me to the store? I'm like, man, I'm so sorry. I said, as soon as I find out something this evening, I'll give you a call. You know, this is playing games with people's livelihoods. We all have mothers, we all have fathers, you know, and for them not to get to the store, you know, a lot of times we can't take them because we're working. But to have a service like we have in place right now, that's a wonderful thing, and they always tell me how they appreciate our service. They tell me all the time. I don't know what I would do without this service. It's a free service. Most of the times they're on time. 99.9% of the time they are on time. You know? And they can always call us if they're at the doctor's office a little bit later than what they expected. We'll adjust their trips. And they're very grateful for us. So, you know, we need to get it together. We really do. You know, it's not about pictures on boxes. It's not about, I didn't agree to this meeting. You know, this is not a joke, and we need to stop playing games with people's lives. In more than one way. Layoffs, seniors who are not eating, seniors who can't make it to the doctor. You have to picture in your mind. You know, a senior coming in here with a walker, and she's trying to make it to school. She doesn't get income. She can't take pay. She needs every dollar that she gets. You know, what are you gonna do? She's gonna take an Uber to the store? No. She don't have it. Then how she gonna buy food if she's taking an Uber to the store? So I suggest, you know, we need to address the bottleneck and deal with it appropriately. And the supervisor's right there, and I'm sure she knows how to do that. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Civil service, do y'all want to say anything? This is our senior service department. They had an awesome event this evening. Tell them about the event you had.
I'm Sneaker, Senior Service Manager. Y'all heard me at the last meeting. It is a pleasure to be here, but it's a sad day for Thornton Township. It's unfortunate that the other trustees could not come, so we can render services, continue to render services to the seniors. We had an amazing event. Our association events are amazing. A lot of seniors were expecting it today due to us being kind of closed last week. A few people have reached out to myself and Marcia regarding our it's a sad day for Thornton Township. I don't know if the residents are aware, a lot of seniors have kitchenettes. They're not able to like cook, so they really rely on our lunch program. We still serve meals, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the seniors. We do about 1,000 meals a week at a cost of $1.50. I don't know what we need to do as Thornton Township residents, something has to change. Change got to come. We gotta, like, it's a sad day for Thornton Township.
So what did your vendors say? Because I know we asked certain vendors to hold on with us, and I know they have not been paid. What did your vendors say?
Marcia Brown can answer that. She actually worked, close with John. She do the billing for our caterer, John. She said what you say? He has agreed to work with us as of now, but he hasn't been paid in what, 2.5 months, 3 months? So, we'll see. So when y'all see them 000, 4 zeros on bill list, don't be surprised, okay?
Thank you.
I got one more thing to say.
Okay.
This morning, I looked at the news. The news said that the trustees said they didn't know about this meeting, so they won't be here. So how do you know it was a meeting? You had to know about the meeting. So you gonna be on the news and say you didn't know about the meeting. But this morning I dropped my dog off at the groomers. Guess who I seen up at the pancake house? Your trustees.
Yeah.
In the meeting.
Yeah.
South Harvey this morning, 10 o'clock this morning.
Yes.
They was in the meeting.
Chris Gonzalez was there.
Gonzalez was there, yeah, they was in the meeting. I guess even pancakes. Pancakes is more important than our township.
Then our insurance.
And our insurance. But they was up there, Channel 7, probably some of the news reporters, Tina was there.
It was that.
They was there.
Tour board meeting.
Cause my nosy self, I'm nosy. I went in there and sat down in the middle of that meeting, girl, and just looked around the city, and then I got up and left. But I'm like, you said you didn't know about this meeting tonight.
They know it. We sent
Wait a
an
minute.
email out.
The news said that they said they didn't know about the meeting this morning. So they wasn't coming tonight. Come on now.
Everybody
Make
knows.
sense.
Everybody knows. They even gave statements and comments to different news outlets about they're not showing up today. We posted 48 hours prior to, so everyone got the post, everyone gets the email, that's a board member. Everyone knows that we are having this meeting, and they knew when they had their special meeting last Friday that we was calling a meeting to pay for the insurance, if we got it, which we got it, thank God, and then also to pass the tax levy, because we have to pass it before the 31st, which is tomorrow. So we are real crucial, and we really care about, I'll say that, we really care about deadlines, and we try to make those deadlines. But it's up to the board members to show up. Either way, you vote no or yes. You have that option. If you vote no, it does not pass at all. You just show up and it fails. So there's no reason for no one not to show up to a board meeting, because as I stated, the gridlock is 2 to 2. It'll be 2 votes on one side, 2 votes on the other, and it will not move. So for you not to show up is childish, and I think they're playing with residents' lives, and the residents starting to see that. I just hope y'all hear that, and are actually putting the truth out and not fake information. That's all I want moving forward. The truth to be out and not lies, because people trying to get clicks and views off of drama and not reality. Reality is they're not taking care of the business of the people. That's our reality. So I'm gonna conclude with, thank you guys for coming out. I wanna thank everybody for allowing us to utilize Harvey Chambers here to host this meeting due to the fact we don't have insurance. Tomorrow we'll be in Stage A, Thornton Township. I hate to bring the New Year's in like that, but we will have to stop a lot of services at Thornton Township. But as you hear and see from your supermeter, the persons or people that have caused this rift in our township government. And that's Trustee Carlisle, and I say that because she always lying. And if we catch her on we show the news the fact. No one clears it up and put the truth out, but we do. And then also Trustee Chris Gonzalez. Them are the 2 individuals that are being puppeteered by Napoleon Harris. That is Jones. And I've always told y'all this, and now I'm gonna connect the dots, as they say, D-O-T-T. So I'm gonna connect the dots for the record so you can follow along and understand what's before you and the masterminds behind the mess. And people wanna take over your government, but they don't want to do the work. Everybody wants the titles, but they don't wanna put in the work. And I've been putting in the work since day one when I came into office here. Y'all had a $4.6 million deficit for a township under Frank Zuccarello. Who would have thought, right? And when I came in, I cleaned all that up. You're now at $8 million, $9 million surpluses in all our accounts. Robert can't show that a nice-looking, young, bright, young lady, intelligent, is actually handling her business in 2 big positions. Why they don't show y'all that? Why I gotta be about, look at her hair, look at her nails? What that got to do with what I do? I'm talking about work. My work speaks for itself. That's why I want you to educate the public on my work. Judge me on that. You judge me on that, I'll win. Hands down, all day. You put all of them together, and I'm gonna win by a landslide against everybody. Because I care about community, and that's why I stand in fire for y'all, because I really care about the job that I hold, the 2 positions that I hold. I care about service, and service is key, because think about it. When I came in Township, it was 20% that only knew that Thornton Township existed. Now over 80% of Thornton Township residents know we exist and are utilizing the services today. That's for GA department, that's for transportation, that's with the food pantry. Come over here in Harvey and look at that food pantry now. Every Wednesday, wrapped around, down city. That's how important it is for residents to be able to eat. But today, those things are being stopped and neglected due to people's political gain, political theater that they're doing with y'all lives. It's y'all lives that's being affected by it. Until we wake up and say, man, they really messed me over. Until y'all wake up and say that, you will not understand what it is that I've been fighting for years. I'm fighting for people I don't know, but people that I care about, because God said love all. And that's what Tiffany here has done. I love all, good, bad, and evil. You think I'm playing? Y'all be in my life, I still feed you. Y'all ask for a ride, I still pick you up. Yes. Like, come on. But the people y'all hang with won't give you a chicken bone. Like, come on. Make it make sense. And all I'm saying is wake up, guys. 2025 is going to be the year of exposure for all politicians. I'll say that. I'm doing my cat winning now. But I'm just letting y'all know, because somebody got to tell somebody something. Somebody got to show you the yellow brick road and show you the way to what the mess has been. Because I'm tired of people pointing fingers. I'm tired of being on mute. I know lawyers and everybody, they put you on mute a lot. I will say that. You saw that up here. Sorry, but they do. They put you on mute. But I am still going to show my truth and lead you to the breadcrumbs that's right before you, but you're just not paying attention. So thank you. I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Have a safe holiday. And leave with love, guys. Stay prayed up. Keep God first.